everyone, and we're live. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Solo Dev Roundtable. I am, I guess we're all indie devs, so I'm not even going to introduce myself in the same way that we normally do. But I'm Vin Hill, joined as ever by the acrylic pixel himself, Mr. Christopher Jarvis. And we are joined also as ever by Sam Webster. Howdy doody. That is definitely a greeting. I'll give you that. That's very Ned Flanders. I like it. Very PG. But yeah, if you are new here, then welcome to the Solo Dev Roundtable. What we do every month is do just a quick check-in because we're all solo developers working on our own games. And we sort of do this check-in so we can see what we were up to in the previous month, what we're sort of planning to do in the next month, just to keep ourselves accountable, have ideas to bounce off each other because we don't really get to talk to anyone else because we are solo developers and we're sad and lonely. So we need to catch up every now and then like this so we can just we can keep a little bit more sane. But I guess we should start out as ever. But how are you guys doing in general? You're recovering from COVID still, right? Are you over the hump now, you think?
I'm like 80% back, but I've still got this cough if I keep talking, which doesn't help in my job, which requires a lot of talking. So I'm hoping to do a lot of show, don't tell in today's podcast.
That's fair.
We shall see. Yeah. How are you doing, Sam?
Yeah, it's been a really mixed month. On the one hand, two close friends visited me a couple of weeks ago. And last weekend I went up to Leeds to visit a friend. So that was all very nice. On the other hand, I have been back to my GP and my local autism hub for basically depression and anxiety medication called escitalopram, which I'm now on week 4 of, and it takes up to 6 weeks to kick in, so we'll see. And some neurodiverse specific counseling. So that's been, I think, the definition of up and down.
That's fair. Yeah, that is a fair statement. So by the next episode, we should either see you like very, very excited and happy, or just a stable Sam. Like what's the actual like sort of outcome of that? Is it to actually make you happier, or is it like actually because I know there's a lot of misconceptions around that, I guess.
Yeah, so the medication supposedly targets serotonin levels specifically. Okay. And in terms of, so the doctor's warnings were, 1, up to 6 weeks before you actually see any effect at all. 2, there may be some undesirable side effects like drowsiness. And for just to make it a nice rounded trio, I will still be doing like 90 to 95% of the heavy lifting. I will still have to do all the stuff I usually do. Yeah. The medication will just sort of like take the edge or the burden off. And there was, admittedly some stubborn male pride and toxic masculinity to get over in terms of like accepting that you need it in the first place. Yeah.
Yeah, man, we're all broken machines, like biological broken machines, just wandering around and bumping into stuff. We've all got to admit that at some point. So, yeah.
Well done for getting ahead of it and doing something about it.
Yeah, hopefully it works out. It's good news either way. But yeah, anything else going on like outside of indie games that we want to like chip away at before we jump in?
My wife's still carving up half the garden with some cockamamie plan for it. It'll probably look nice when she's done, but I'm just saying the hell out of her way for now.
That's fair. It looks like World War I out there or something. So stay out the trenches. Gold. Yeah, okay. I guess we will jump right into it then, I guess. So yeah, like I said before, if you are new here, we're just going to take about 20 minutes each and sort of just explain what we have been up to. Where it's more of a show, don't tell sort of thing on this podcast, but like you're very welcome to give each of us a follow if you want to get a bit more information on the individual sort of projects. I guess we can throw those out there right now, but Chris, where can people find you?
So people can find me on Twitter at acrylicpixel. You can wishlist Focus Find, the game I'm making, on Steam. Or you can support the making of with join my Patreon page, become a Patreon. And I've got a YouTube channel as well, Acrylic Pixel, where I post videos on there.
Very cool. Sam, where can people find you in your indie game?
Twitter.com/SJWebsterArt. No, that is nothing to do with social justice warriors. Just my initials, just the lovely name my parents decided to give me.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yep, and you can find me on Twitter as well. I am at Hillfort Games. You can also find my game Long Gone on Steam. You can wishlist it there. But I've just recently started doing Twitch streams. I work on my game every Saturday anyway, so I've just been turning on the camera and doing streams. Like I've been joined by like 10 people each, like the 2 times I've done it. So it's been pretty cool so far. I'm going to carry on doing it. So go and subscribe to me on what you call it? Follow, subscribe. What is it?
It's a follow, yeah.
Is it a follow?
Follow on Twitch. Yeah. How many followers have you got?
I've got 20. I am super new to this. So
2 streams, 20 followers. That's
I'll take it.
Knocking it out of the park.
That's decent numbers. Yeah.
We'll see.
For 2 streams.
It's fun doing it. I mean, I'm there doing the work anyway. I might as well just turn the stream on and then answer questions to people that are sort of doing it. So I figured out a pretty good system for it. But yeah, if people are into that, then check out Twitch at Hillfort Games, same thing. But yeah, I guess we'll dive right in. So where the hell is my game? If I can find it, there we go. I got it. Can you guys see everything?
Yeah, we can see that.
Awesome. The stream's working. Okay, everyone can see. All right, because last month, I apologize to everyone, but there was a good long while where I was just yabbering on about my game, and I forgot to share my screen. So awesome. Like nobody actually got to see much of what I was doing last month. So I'm gonna make sure that it's all good and well this time. But yeah,
got like YouTube stream open on another monitor to check, have you?
Yeah, I have, and I've got my OBS and I've got everything.
It's working.
Okay, everything's working. We're good. I'm happy now. That's all good. But yeah, this month I did a lot of animation work, basically, which I can sort of show you the intro scene, which I've got sort of working on at the moment, which I'm pretty sure you guys would have seen because I've been showing it on my Twitter. But yeah, I'll show it either way.
Baseball slide.
My baseball slide. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, so I'll make this screen a little bit bigger. It's not really much I can talk about. It's just mostly the introduction scene, which I'm sort of showing here, which is this is how the game's going to start out. Like dude smashes through, gets into the actual garden and notices old Bones Malone over there. Realizes that it's not a real zombie, and he's like, "Oh, okay, it's just a dead dude." And then this zombie like grabs your bag. And you're like, oh, Jesus. And then he steals your bag, which you've already got. And then you try and negotiate with him to get your bag back. But obviously he's a zombie and he ignores you. And this is pretty much where I'm up to. Now he like reverts back to this crappy animation. But I'm almost towards the end. I was working on this today. Like after what you just saw happens, he gets his walkie-talkie out and he has a conversation with someone. And just as he's about to tell them where he is so that he can come and get picked up, the walkie-talkie runs out of battery. So it's another comedic moment of him just being like, Jesus Christ, like my day couldn't get any worse sort of thing. So he's basically that sort of sets the objective of the entire game, which is find a couple of batteries so you can get your walkie-talkie up and running again so you can get some help to actually come and get picked up and come and get saved out of this neighborhood because you've been trapped there. So that's literally the whole objective of the game. And that's what the sort of opening cutscene has sort of sets about. What I will be doing as well, like the other side of that, is after the zombie grabs your bag and you're trying to negotiate with it, like the zombie's looking at you, looking at the bag, looking at you, looking at the bag, and then it just like shreds it sort of thing and completely destroys it. Like, I'm not going to listen to you sort of thing. And then so like you then have to find a new bag because you still need to be able to carry supplies, and that's where the next bit sort of comes in, I guess, which I can show and talk about because I also got quite far into that as well.
There's quite a lot of story beats then in that intro. You've got like the running, you've got the escape, and then you've got the shock of the discovering the zombie, and then you've got the realization that it's not a live zombie.
Yeah.
And then you've got the walkie-talkie moment, and then you've got the bag shredder moment. That's really rich. I wasn't expecting that. I was just expecting like a baseball slide, shut the gate, zombie grabs your bag.
Right.
I bet. But yeah. So
yeah, there's going to be like I need to set up a lot because like after that it's quite hands off after that. Mm-hmm. So I need to be able to sort of show which direction the whole game's going into. But
so
yeah,
in terms of story, you sort of there's maybe a lot at the start, a lot of the end, and in between is quite.
Yeah, I'd say like.
Oh, Vin, I think you've muted yourself.
My thing has died again. Can you guys hear me? Okay, good. Right, everything came back, I think. There. Can you guys say something again? Sorry. I can't, like, your audio isn't getting picked up on the stream. This is infuriating. I'm so sorry about this. Like, we really need to change the, No, not the whole time. Yeah, I think so. Oh, why has that happened now? Sorry, this is so annoying. I'm getting so frustrated by this. Like, it's because I'm sort of like the one-man show and all of this as well. I can't really...
Do you need me to monitor the...
I don't really understand why it's cutting out now. I can't understand why I can't hear you.
Yeah, it's very odd.
Sometimes, annoyingly, OBS will change your input and output devices.
Yeah, that's what it's done.
Okay.
I've just checked the beginning of the stream, and yeah, we were talking there.
Okay, I think it's working now. Say something?
Hello.
Okay.
Hello, hello.
I think it's working now. Jesus, this is so irritating. God, just the combination of like Zoom and OBS and anyway, let's ignore all of that and pretend like that didn't happen. Jesus.
Okay.
All right, we're moving on anyway. But yeah, like so this month I did a couple of little things like in terms of technical side. So my character controller has now got like this little turn animation that he's got going on. I don't think I showed that last month, sorry. So like if I just like tap it even a little bit, he has this little turn going on, which took a long ass time to figure out, especially because like this idle animation where he's facing that way, and then if I go that way, then that's a separate idle animation altogether. It's not just like flip sprites either, because he's got details like on his the untucked shirt, the thing on his right wrist. So like I had to basically make two idle animations, which is a pain, but it is what it is, sort of thing. Yeah. There is like back here, I put this potato peeler here. It's not going to be there later on. It's going to be somewhere else. But it is there, and I'm not allowed to open my bag really yet. But that's there as well. Eventually, this bag option isn't going to be here at first because I currently don't have a bag on my back, but the zombie does, and I need to get that bag off him. When I do have a menu system, eventually I'll change all of this UI so it's like more like his pockets sort of thing rather than his bag yet, and then you'll be able to still use items from your pocket basically. But this,
or what if it's just selected and you don't need to worry about that? You just have the potato peeler selected and it's just in his hand.
Because then yeah, it makes a lot of other problems which I won't go into too much, but yeah, there's other weird things that can come about from that, but we'll figure it out in time.
That's game dev.
It's game dev. Yeah, so I obviously can't use this on floorboards or anything like that, or potato peeler guns, as funny as that would be. But you can use it on this flag over here, which is great. So I got all that working. You can do all that. Put the flag rope in his pocket.
Nice.
So I can walk around with that. So now I have a potato peeler and a rope. No, I don't. God damn it. Where's my rope gone?
No.
Hey, live bugs. We love to see it.
That is literally a live bug. Okay. That's a worry. That's never happened before. Oh, crap.
You've never lost interest before, have you?
Never.
No.
God, why has that happened? Jesus,
wait,
everything's falling apart.
On your itinerary.
Yeah.
Stream the game.
Unbelievable.
We are professionals.
I've got to say,
We're not.
it is actually a breath
It's
of
the
fresh
whole
air to see you muck up a bit then for once. It's,
Yeah. Rope. Let's just start the game with the flag rope in it straight away, right? Pretend that didn't happen. Okay, pretend I went for all that rigmarole. No, it's still not there. Jesus Christ.
Ooh.
Oh, wait, no, I got it.
Is it because you're in a state where you don't actually have the rucksack and you have to be in a state where you do have the rucksack for it to be working?
I got it. Figured it
Got
out.
it.
It's okay. I got it. Right, I got my rope.
Curiosity, what was it?
I've set up this separate like start with debug items. So like if I'm like way later down, if I'm further in the house somewhere and I require items, instead of going through the whole rigmarole of like recollecting them and re-going through animations and stuff, I've just made this thing where I can set up an array and I can basically just add any items that I want straight into the beginning here. And then if I set this sort of debug state, start with debug items, and I hit play, then it'll start with all them items in my inventory automatically.
That's really clever. I'm going to need something like that for my second game. Yeah.
So I got my rope. Now I can use my rope on Zombie McBackface here and get this bag from him.
Woohoo! Oh, very cool.
So now the bag's on the floor,
Zoom.
and I can go and pick up the bag. Well, I could. Now that's broken as well. God damn it. Everything's breaking. But normally he picks that up. But he's just not picking it up today because he doesn't want it apparently. God damn it. And then he picks up the bag and then it's on his back basically. That's the main sort of thing. Why isn't that working? Oh my god. Everything is falling apart. What is happening?
Oh dear.
Yeah, so that's the bulk of the work that I've sort of done anyway. But I'm going to try and figure this out like live right now if I can.
Live bug fixing. That's pretty. I love live bug fixing. Spoiler alert, that's pretty much what I was doing today.
It does seem to be like 90% of the work in Unity, isn't it? It's like, this was working yesterday.
Yeah, why is it not working now?
Hey.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know why that's not working. I don't know why my flag isn't working. I don't know why my bag isn't working all of a sudden. That's two bugs in a row. That's incredible. I couldn't even...
What's happened?
Cursed build. Roll back.
Yeah, it's not even a build though. That's the thing. It's just in the engine. Jesus.
Just in the state, yeah, in the... We've saved it. Yeah.
This is why we save in increments.
Yeah. Indeed. A Gamer Draws said Sam and Chris are really quiet, so I've turned up your things. So do you want to say hi again?
Okay.
Hello, thank you.
Yeah, I think. Okay,
Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna delegate this to Chris next month because I can't do this anymore. It's driving me insane.
I'll give it a go.
Yeah, you can do it next month because I've been doing this for 8 months now and it's not working out apparently. Like it's all I'm just getting worse at it. So yeah.
Chris, you've been designated the Wizard of Oz.
Pretty much.
I'll give it a go. Yeah.
I really don't
Fair
understand
enough.
why this isn't working. Why I can't pick up this bag. Like, I've genuinely got no idea. Like, this has never happened. Everything is on. Everything's working. PNC, no, that's not it. Jesus. I really don't understand. Yeah.
Thanks for letting us know, A Gamer Draws.
Much better. There you go. Yeah,
Hey.
I don't know what's happened here. I literally, like, normally you can pick up the bag and there's no problem. But today is not that day.
Today's not your day.
Not with Zoom or Unity, it seems. So, Chris, how are you doing?
I'm just like, I'm falling apart over here. I don't understand. Anyway, yeah, so like normally you can pick up the bag and he's fine. Like he crouches down as normal and then the bag appears on your back. And then that's it. Like you can just carry on as normal. And then it's about like making it to the next step in the sort of sequences of events. But yeah.
I just love that animation. I love that death animation. Never gets old.
So have you made an animation of him putting the backpack on yet, or is that another one that you're going to spend far too much time on?
No, I was gonna, but then I decided against it. Instead, he just like when he bends down to like grab the bag, it automatically goes into his inventory, and then when you come out of your inventory, it's automatically on. It doesn't just like pop onto him or anything like that.
Oh, okay, you kind of hide it.
Yeah,
happens
it's
off screen.
Yeah. So it's
AR and DC gaming.
Yeah, I think it's better. So Rand DC Gaming, Rand C Gaming, I don't know, YouTube.
Oh.
Yeah, he says hi. Hey, dude. Lady, I'm not sure. Either way, it's all good. Person. But yeah, other than that, I can still do the same old stuff, like use the gun on the zombie, but I can't because the bullet is inside the bag, and I can't pick up the bag right now because of this bug.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You'll figure it out.
It's all falling apart. I really don't understand why that's not working. That's really stumped me, actually. I'm trying to think. There must be a reason why that.
When we eventually finish our game, so I'm saying when, not if, because I'm being an optimist.
Sure.
Once.
That's good.
We're going to have to do like a highlight reel of these, and this is getting in there.
Yeah, just me having a breakdown. Christ, I just cannot get my head around this whatsoever. Like, I don't know why that bug
I think we
happening.
could fill like a couple of hours of just outtakes of you having breakdowns.
That's fair. That's very fair.
You'll figure it out.
Because everything else is, I can pick up the bullets, right? Yeah, I can pick up these guys, then no problem. But the bag is just like, yeah, no, I'm good. It's like, no, you aren't good. Let me pick you up.
Bag scripts too. Is it? It's the bag is. Yeah, the bag's active, isn't it?
That has blown my mind because that's never happened. I've never been able to like not pick up an item that I've sort of set.
And it's weird because the animation isn't triggering. It's like it's not triggering the action at all. So is it on the controllers working?
Yeah, because I can pick up other items.
It's almost like whatever it casts out to see if it's in proximity of a pick-upable item isn't triggering. Like it's casting it out and just not detecting it. Or
yeah,
the bag script. The bag script isn't active. Is that right?
Oh wait, custom radius.
Bag get script. Bags get script. It's going to call you Harrison. Vin. Bag get script is not active.
It is.
Click on it. Is it?
Yeah, it's a script. You can't. That's.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, it's a separate thing.
Okay.
Live bugs. Anyway, so yeah, next month it would be my main task would be fixing this damn bug which I just came across. That's what I'm going to be working on. But yeah, for the most part, I can still like I can get around this for the time being, and just add the other stuff which is normally in the actual bag is just like one of the bullets, so I can use. If I can get these in real quick. So normally when you pick up the bag, he has the bullet is inside the bag basically, so I can still use, and the bullet isn't working either. This is falling apart. What is happening? What is happening? Right, you know what? I'm just gonna. No.
The game knows you're streaming today. That's what's
it
happening.
Absolutely does. Yeah, cause like I've literally I've had 3 bugs in a row now. This is awesome. That's incredible.
Oh dear! And is it the first time? And it's the first time all 3 of them have happened.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's insane.
So yeah, normally you can pick up the gun. You can use that on the zombie. It doesn't work, but you throw the gun at the zombie. Like I had all of this in sequence the other day, and it was all working. And now
is it the near index? Is that it?
No,
because
the the near index is just like whatever I can sort of show you that actually. So if you're close to multiple items, then where are they gone now? See, this is why, boys. This is why I don't stream anything, right? Pre-made videos. This is the way to go. What are you using to make the game? Make in Unity. Make it in Unity basically, and a sprite as well. So it's this sort of crazy thing. You see him talking on the phone.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I was working on this today on Switch. But yeah, so I can actually show you this. But like all of the sort of animations and stuff which I was working on. Like that's him negotiating and going through all of his cycle, and then there's the walkie-talkie get out, and then he tries to talk on it, but that's about it. That's all I got, really, honestly. Like it's kind of like everything is falling apart, so I can't really like show you too much, I guess.
That's fine. It happens to all of us.
Yeah.
Just incredible.
Just today it happens to be you.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. Show us one of those smear screens on the walkie-talkie.
Oh, on the walkie-talkie?
Yeah.
I don't think there's any smears on the walkie-talkie. I've got some funny smear screens, though. Like when he first slams into the gate, it just turns into like an obese person hugging the wall. There's so many weird smear frames.
Because he's smearing.
I'd love to see it. That's brilliant.
Yeah, because it just makes it look like he's really squashed up against it. But if you let it play, then it sort of works. In slow motion, you can even see it, but in fast, you don't see it at all.
Mm.
But in full context, like you never see the difference. Like I can leave.
That's great.
I'm not going to leave the player on here, but I will get rid of the zombie. So you can see like the full sequence of it. So when like you see all these smear frames, but like when they're actually in motion and stuff.
Get out of your own way.
Right. So like when it hits the gate, like you can never see it, but like in still frames, it just looks hilarious.
No, but it helps with that sense of weight and impact.
Yeah. It makes it feel like he's really going into it. So it's before it just feels like he's just butts up against it for a second, so he doesn't really slam into it. But for this, it kind of works really well. But there's always like crazy smears. Like
you've created another time slip game where you've got to like get out your own way, and you've got to.
What are you talking about this? Yeah, I can literally just walk around in the cutscene. Like it's that dynamic, so I can just be like do.
He's just not even
what are you doing, bro?
just
commentating on him. Who are you talking to? There's no one there. It's all game. But yeah, anyway. So I guess next month I'm planning to finish up the sort of intro cutscene which I've got. That's the main point of order. And then I need to also get back to work on the backgrounds. I've been talking about this for like 3 months, but I really just want to get the animations out of the way so I can really focus on that in one fell swoop. But yeah, for the most part, I'm just sort of chipping away and carrying on with what I've already got. No new features really, like in terms of coding features or anything like that. It's all just pretty straightforward stuff. But I'm hoping to sort of wrap this stuff up soon so then I can really like focus on just making the game look pretty, because right now it's just cubes and it's sort of driving me insane. Like God bless the grass, like it is carrying a lot of weight right now in terms of like how the game looks and the depth of field, but there is a lot of cubes in this game that need to be replaced with actual props, and that's next on the list. But yeah, that's pretty much everything for me. Like bugs and all. Jesus Christ, I'm just having a breakdown right now. Someone take over before it all falls apart.
Yeah, I guess it's me next, isn't it?
Yeah.
Take it away, sir.
So I will request screen share from you.
Do it.
Do it now!
Share.
That was terrible.
You know it's not going to happen now, right? Hey, it's working.
It's working?
It's working.
Hey!
Okay.
Technology working! There's a first for everything.
Actually, the first thing I was going to talk about was... So last week I mentioned that I was going to buy this synthesizer, Teenage Engineering OP1 Field.
Oh yeah, because you got all that extra cash. I remember.
Because I got all that extra cash.
Yeah.
Well, I got a credit card. But I actually did get a little bit of inheritance actually in the meantime, so it kind of worked out. But I'm still using the credit card, obviously. So this is going to be arriving at the end of November. And it's going to be used to make all of the remaining tracks and music for the game. And then hopefully will be a piece of kit that I can use to make music and tracks for maybe other people's indie games or, bits and pieces, make some songs, get some music coming in. It's all about trying to diversify my...
two other indie devs who might need music soon.
From November?
Are they paying? There it is. There's the laugh. That's when you know.
So yeah, they've done that. I've been working on the actual game today. it's been really slow progress just because of one reason or another. There's been good TV on, which hasn't happened for ages. And then I got COVID, so I was just out of action for at least well over a week.
Right.
I've been socializing, which I haven't been spending as much time doing either.
Are you allowed to do that? Like socialize?
No. As an indie dev, you're not allowed to. But so I've been breaking the rules.
That's right.
It's the blood new.
Is the what new?
The blood.
Yeah, the blood. This is these are fear levels. So I was like, I'll just stick a load of blood on it, and that'd be fearful. Last week it was like a really depressing grey that was really bitty and tiny, and it just didn't work. And so I just shoved a load of blood on it, and that was like scary. I was like, what's scary? Horror movies. There we go. Right. And the blue contrasts the red, which is why I came up with that. So what I've been doing is trying to figure out how I got the UI to work, which it is working. Nice. But for the longest time I had a bug and I couldn't figure it out, and it's because I just totally brain farted and forgot about event systems, and I had to have an event system in the scene. And I just totally I need to sort out the sound levels on this. This one.
Unity automatically creates an event system when you make a UI canvas, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I've been copying and pasting. I've been copying and pasting.
Okay.
Because everything's got the right levels and everything. Everything's got the right stuff. So yeah, it's just been a lot of like head scratching and number typing.
Yeah.
And that's everything. That's everything I've been coming up with on the actual game. So
is
that's
it avoid ants or avoid ants?
Good point. I don't know.
Don't ask me. I can't spell for
I'll double check that.
That's why I became an artist, so I can draw stuff instead of spelling it.
Right, my brain saw it and then just went, that doesn't look... I do this
well
weird thing where I see the whole word usually, and I'm like, that doesn't look how I recognize it.
Avoid ants. Is it avoid ants?
I think it's meant to be ants. And then you've got it. So
I've got it correct. I've got it. There we go. We
in
can
the level title, and then EN on screen.
Let's go with AN. Is it AN?
I don't know. I kind of want to tab out of Zoom and Google it.
AN.
That's what happened.
Avoidance. There we go. Save.
There you go.
So save that. If it is ants,
live QA
ants.
now, from live bugs to live QA.
Live QA and live QA resolution. There we go. Solved that one.
This is the week that everything falls apart. Don't worry, Sam. Like, something's going to happen with you when you come on, man. Don't worry about it.
So, yeah, this was what I was getting confused with. It was the pause menu, and yeah, the event system wasn't there. And I was plugging everything in. So plugging all the buttons in. So I've got continue button, rest button, restart button and quit button, and it uses the script that's in the level loader, which is down here. And so I had to add the script, connect it all up. This is referencing that, and that is referencing that, and it's talking to each other, and it's just a lot of button clicks. So every time I'm updating a new level, I've got lots and lots of like admin to get on with. So it's a really inefficient way to actually make levels, but
because already cross dependencies.
Yeah, a lot of copying and pasting and plugging in, because I'm just making the game in a very inefficient way. But that's how you learn. And when I start to come up with fresh new levels, I'm gonna not have that trouble. But it's just
like have a base or a template level that you can just
copy and paste the last level, and then just make everything one more. So then just change the actual background, change the actual level design just by uploading a new image. And then just putting +1 on the level loader bit here, which is like next level to unlock on the unlocking mechanic that I've got in the level select, and then that's going to be like so much quicker. So it's a bit inefficient, bit inefficient at the moment, but it's fine.
Still making more progress than either of us do,
apparently.
So yeah, I can show you.
Apparently.
No, yeah. I mean, seriously, like mine's just a bag of nails right now. I can't understand why. I'm really annoyed about that.
So this is where I've got to, and so now the fear levels were grayed out, but now they're playable. So those extra 4 levels are now in the game and working. So if I did a build now, I've got 4 extra levels. Nice. So
and avoidance is spelled properly here.
Avoidance is spelled properly there.
Too, yeah.
I haven't told you, but I will need to change 2, 3, and 4. But I'll do that. I'll do that later because that'd be a bit boring. And then I've just got to go through and make visuals for these ones that are grayed out, but all the levels are done. And then I might just rearrange it all and like release it. I've been thinking about releasing it early access and then seeing about getting a bit of money coming in.
Okay.
Oh, I need to press stop share then. But then I was like, what should I do? Should I just sack it off and release it and just put it on for like £2 and then just start with my next thing? Or should I do early access and like chip away at it?
I'd say the work you've put in is worth more than £2, mate.
Well then, but I'm thinking about time. Like it's only like a 10-15 minute game.
And?
So you can't charge more for a 10-15 minute game just because it took me 3 years to make it.
Mate, Marvel and DC charge $4.99 for a 22-page comic book that's rife with ads and takes all of about 5 minutes to read.
That's an interesting point, yeah. Well, then I got an interesting email. Oh, I'll show you the wish list stats. That could be interesting for people. Sure. So I've got was it 51? So I've got 51. And so as we can see here, there was a lot of excitement at the beginning, and then it zoomed quite down, and then it's just been like mooshing around. So since April the 6th is when I first put it on Steam. So this is like 3 months worth of doing wishlist Wednesdays and screenshot Saturdays.
It's a fairly regular heartbeat, though.
Yeah, it's a regular heartbeat. I'm really happy with it. The interesting thing is that none of these spikes are happening on Saturdays or Wednesdays. They sometimes are.
So Wishlist Wednesday and Screenshot Saturday have been integral to your marketing so far.
They have been. That's been the whole 100%.
To be fair, like maybe it's because like you're posting it up and it takes a couple of days for the algorithm to pick it up for other people to see it.
Could be. What my theory is just that Steam's organic marketing is just getting eyes on the Steam page, so people just searching through Steam are coming across it and wishlisting it. And I think that probably around half of the wish lists are coming off the back of just organic marketing off of Steam. So when Steam shows people the game and then that gets clicks. And this is the graph over time. So there was a bit of an incline, and then it's just slowly been going off like that.
I've not looked at any of this for mine. Like I've just looked at the totals. That's it.
The interesting thing is when there's a difference. So at the minute, there's no difference. There's nothing really interesting to draw any conclusions from.
Yeah.
But what people usually do with wishlists is that they'll go, oh, I gave it to all these streamers, and then all these streamers made all these videos, and then this is where those spikes were. So these are the most spike-worthy like streamers.
So they can sort of evaluate like how much they actually gain from those streamers and stuff. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Sense. Yeah. And then they can make decisions about who they give what to in the future and things like that.
Yeah.
But I got an email from Steam, and I'm going to submit my game for the Steam Next Fest in October. So it's October the 3rd to October the 10th.
This sounds interesting.
So what this is you just have to have a playable demo, and there'll be live streams as well. I haven't properly looked into it. So yeah, a game of draws. That's a really interesting point. As a player, I find Wishlist Wednesday really overwhelming. So much is shared, I just zone out. Totally get that. I have a look through Wishlist Wednesday stuff, and I find it difficult, and I rarely use it as a platform to actually wishlist games. It is when I'm like putting stuff on Steam myself, and then I just come across stuff, and I'm like, oh. So that's interesting that I'm similar to the reflection of my wish lists, and that most of them do come from when I'm just happen to be on Steam.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, this Steam Fest could be interesting. There was one last year, and there's like live stream events. So the game devs like live stream their own game, and basically it's a platform where Steam can showcase demos just by going, hey, here's a demo, hey, here's a demo, hey, here's a demo, and people just like click the play demo button on the Steam like page.
Yeah.
Wherever they're hosting like the Steam Next Fest, it'll be on like the, I'm guessing it'll be on the homepage of Steam. And so I'm going to submit Focus Find to that. because I've got a working demo already. It's not going to take too much effort for me to upload my new version that should be working, because it's all the same nuts and bolts. Nothing's different. I've had no bugs, so I've got a pretty solid demo, which I'm pretty happy with. And then I'll do the demo with October and see if that changes anything. Like, see if I get any uptake in Steam views, see if get approached by any publishers, if any streamers want copies, things like that. So, and just see what opportunities comes off the back of that, and then I'll make a decision based on there. But at the minute, I'm kind of feeling I've got like visual fatigue with it. I'm just kind of, it's been like 2019 been working on this,
right?
And it's just taking a bit of time. It's my own fault because I go off and do other things, bits and bobs, but
there's certainly a point where you do get to, I just want to ship it now, and it can be great because it's got to be done at some point, right? But it can also be dangerous if you're sort of doing it out of fatigue.
You're just rushing now, aren't you?
Well, another thing is like it's a reflection on the just where I am in the industry, and where the game is and sits within the industry. So it's not like I'm giving up the towel or fed up with it or anything like that. It's more like the more effort and energy and time I put into this game, I think I'll get diminishing returns, because I don't think what I can show people is going to be drastically different to what the game is already as it is now.
Yeah.
And so spending all the extra time and effort to make it like over double the length just to have like that experience, I still think I'm gonna get the same sort of views and the same sort of wish list numbers over time.
It's now a case of return on investment.
Sure. So I'm thinking of a bit in my business hat. I'm putting my business hat on. I'm going, it's a good portfolio piece. The more money, the more time you spend on it, you're not going to be improving any skills, because it's just repetitive skills that I've already learned now. So I think it's like I'm feeling that it's time to like learn a new bunch of skills. My brain, it's my creative side of my brain, totally is, because my creative side of my brain is even coming up with game name ideas and everything, and and like I'm looking at notebooks and going, I could totally draw some maps for the new game right now. So it
sounds like your heart has made a decision and your head is just waiting to catch up.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, if someone turns around and goes, "Hey, I want a fun focus find tomorrow," I'd be like, "Hell's yeah,
sure,"
But just So a combination of thinking hat on and creative head, and it seems to be where my mind is being pulled. But when I get the synthesizer, the OP1 field, and I start making some music for the game to finish that off, that might reinvigorate me creatively. Or it could start when I start doing videos, because the videos I've done for the synthesizer were really good. I got like 2,000 views on one of my videos for the OP1 synthesizer, which is better than any video I've ever made. So again, that tells me that the YouTube algorithm doesn't care that I'm making an indie game, but it kind of cares that I've bought a £2,000 piece of kit.
I had the exact
only
same
each of those
thing.
views were £1.
Huh?
Now, if only each of those views were £1.
Yeah, exactly.
I had the exact same thing with concept art, man. The exact same. Like, I've been pushing concept art for like over 7 years of my career now, just constantly. Here's my concept art. Hey guys, check out my concept art. No one cares. Absolutely nobody cares. Second I put some grass in a pixel art game, explodes, and it's just like, what the hell is this? And it's so like weird, because it's like the thing that you're super focused on constantly, because like I'm a senior concept artist for a living. That's what I do. Like, I work in a AAA game studio. Nobody cares about it. And then like that's been my main focus this whole time. And then suddenly like I find this other thing, which I really love doing. Like, I love making indie games as well. But it's just bizarre that like for the same amount of effort, like it's just as thin, for attention sort of thing. It's kind of bananas, but it's very strange.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. So that's kind of my time as well. I didn't really have anything else to go over, except what I'm going to be focusing on is finishing the levels that are already made, like polishing them up, and then making a decision then. Cool. Well, that'll be before November, I think. So that'll be before I get the synthesizer.
Yeah, well, the thing that you've just got to keep in mind is you've just got to find some focus, Chris. That's all.
Haha.
He's back.
All right, Sam, what you got? Share away.
Okay, so where are we?
So you request sharing from me, yeah?
Yeah, I've just got to pick the right monitor. Give me a sec. No, I don't want just a sprite. I want that whole screen. There we go, that whole screen. Hey, so some updates from me. So Crisis Island, for those who don't know, is a top-down twin-stick shooter in a pixel art style, taking a lot of cues from Time Crisis. I'm going to call my trip to Leeds a research trip and a business expense, because while I was there, I went to a free story arcade and played a lot of actual Time Crisis.
Fair enough.
Nice.
And House of the Dead and Virtua Cop 3 and Afterburner and Outrun and just exactly that kind of feel and vibe, right?
Yeah.
In terms of the game itself, I've done some more pixels, so you can see I've got firing animations for the gun now, because before bullets were just magically appearing out the end of it.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I've separated out my layers so that when I come to make the sprites for the machine gun and the rocket launcher, I'm just adding new folders. Something Vinny will appreciate, because he's really strict about it himself, is that all of my layers are named. And
I knew that was coming. I knew it. I knew there was going to be some shade thrown.
Burn.
So that's fun. I've also been looking at the coding side of it and thinking, because I was looking at the damage, right?
Yeah.
And I was thinking, at the moment, it's like enter collision to the other if other dot tag equals, and at the moment it's destructible or player or enemy or boss, and I'm like, how many ors am I going to end up with here? And like, can I just put a damage tag on the stuff it can damage, right?
Yeah.
Apparently Unity objects can only have one tag, which is a real pain in the dick. I really wish it supported multiple tags, because then I could just put a can hurt tag on it, right? And I was also thinking, like, the damage function has the same name and the same stuff, but it's like inside the player controller script, inside the enemy controller script, inside the destructible controller script. Actually, do I take that out, make it its own script, make it modular, and save myself a lot of hassle if I have to update anything? And that's all background stuff that our viewers probably don't care about unless they're
no. I mean, we're here for the geeky stuff, man. So go for it.
Yeah.
But admittedly, like in terms of flashy, let me play a bit, there's not a whole lot to show, and part of that has been the mental health issues. Part of that has been some drowsiness that is either the heat or the new meds. I don't know, but I'm
let's go with both.
And just falling asleep constantly lately. And part of it is like work's been creatively a bit full on, so you sort of
drains out. I know exactly how that is right now, so yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
However, this past week has been a little different. So this past week I've not worked on Crisis Island. Vinny, cover your ears, look away, get your RPG for Pete's Maker sake again, out of your mouth. He's
going to talk about RPG Maker, isn't he?
I'm going to talk about something, yeah. So this came up in my
feed. I called it.
Wait, Vincent, you sit down.
I am sat down.
Listen, and you wait.
Okay. I'm waiting.
So, this came up in my feed. The IGMC has been reborn and get the RPG Maker Resurgence bundle. So, IGMC is the indie game making contest. They usually run it yearly. They haven't last year, which is why this one's called Rebirth. And there's a humble bundle to get like all the engines and stuff and some resource packs and whatever. And that being I've accepted your cookies before, but okay. This being the humble bundle that they're doing alongside it. And this being the indie game making contest. So it runs from June 30th to August 4th. So you've got 5 weeks. The game has to be between 10 minutes and 1 hour in length. It has to be made in RPG Maker or one of its spin-offs, including things like Pixel Game Maker. And obviously you have to have the rights to all of the resources and shite you use, right? There are prizes. So first prize is $4,000 US. Second prize is $2,000. Third prize is $1,000. You can then also win the People's Choice Award, which is public voting. That's another $2,000. And there's also the Humble Choice, which is obviously their partnership with Humble Bundle for this. That's another $1,000. So potentially, someone could take first place, the People's Choice and Humble's Choice, and walk away with $7,000. Potentially.
Unlikely.
They'll probably spread those out, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Like they normally do that.
Anyway, so that is the jam. It's a 5-week thing. There are currently 26 and a bit days left. I love how much pain this is inflicting on me.
I already know he's been working on it for the past week straight, I'm guessing. So like he's going to show us there it is. I knew it. I called it.
Not a week straight. I've been like picking at it a couple of evenings. But it also means because of the time limit, the next time we talk, I should have it done.
And so that's fair. Yeah. And you'll have a game to show as well.
Because you work into a time. You work into a time limit.
Well, we're not going to judge. Like, this isn't a Unity podcast anyway. So like, go for gold. Like, show us what you got. Sort of thing. So it's all good.
Although we are biased to Unity.
Doing some comfort food or having a second project as a palette cleanser.
Yep.
I saw this was a 5-week jam. I saw the money. Let's be honest with you guys. I saw the money. And I was like, I can maybe do something for that. It could be a bit of fun. I knew it would hurt Vinny as well. I mean, that's always a bonus.
It's worth doing just for that alone.
Yeah. Just to dig that knife in a little bit.
That's fine. Go for it.
It's a love knife.
That's what she said. Anyway, let's crack on with this.
So this is at the moment a lot of default assets. So this is just the default title screen that comes with fucking RPG Maker.
If I do that,
yes. So Supay is the Incan god of death. The staff of Supay is fictional, but I'm saying that the staff can resurrect people. So because the theme you have to have your game around rebirth, resurgence, revival. So at the moment, I've just got like a naked base character. So that's me and my 2 party members running around. I've only done male.
Bunch of guys running about all naked. I'm liking where this game's going.
Being naked.
Yeah. So again, we've got like default assets. One's called Emily, one's called Luna. They're all dudes right now. So this is like, you're seeing a couple of days, not even that. Obviously, the map is just a test grid that I've thrown in there for now, just to get the collisions and the layout. So the idea is you are outside this Peruvian Incan temple. This will largely be puzzle-based rather than combat-based. And step 1 is going to be draining this. So you can see in some places I've bothered a little bit with graphics.
It's for a week's work, It's good.
Step 1 will be drain those graphics.
That layout reminded me of Eco.
Really?
That map layout reminded me of Eco, in the towers. Where you've got to go up the water, you've got to climb up the water slide, and then on the left is where the stairs are. Center,
Vinny will kill me for this.
Anyway.
I've not played Eco.
Well, let's. Unfortunately, Sam Webster can't join us any longer. He's going to have to leave now. So it's just going to be me and Chris from now on. How dare you?
Until you play Eco.
Right, you may return upon completion of Eco, and I want to see an achievement.
Yeah. Sure. But just to chat through the idea here. So you are chasing a co-worker / friend called Dr. Brennan, whose wife passed away too early. Basically, wasn't her time as far as he's concerned. So he wants to use this staff of Supay to bring her back. We don't want him to do that. Like, dude's hurting. But so we're very much chasing.
Very Frankenstein. Yeah.
Yeah. What we're looking at here is, so this will be the interior of the temple. There are 3 levels to the temple, and it's based on the Incan gods and how they see heaven and hell.
Right.
So the upper path is the eagle path, which is associated with their heaven. Lower path is the serpent path. So at the moment, we've got to go up the eagle path to stop the flow of water, to drain the pool to get to the serpent path. The puzzles that I'm concepting out at the moment start basic, like here's a lit torch and an unlit torch, like that torch. Okay, great. The door opens, move on. Right, okay, here's some grass that's overgrown and locked the door shut. Burn the grass. Okay, now the door opens. Okay, so now we've got a locked door that we can't reach, and we've got an arrow that's going over an unlit torch. Light the torch, the arrow fires through from the trap, hits the wall, burns the grass, go through and keep building. Yeah. You know, we've established this. Now we're adding this. Now we're adding this, and keep adding those wrinkles.
That reminds me of puzzle elements from the Pathless. Have you played the Pathless, Sam?
No, so weirdly, my friend Tony bought it for me on clearance from the Entertainer for a tenner, physical on PS5. I've not picked it up from him yet. He lives in Reading, so it's one of us has to do a train journey to see the other at some point.
It's good, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it sounds interesting.
Yeah, I just think it'll be quite... because it's got to be 10 minutes to an hour long. RPG Maker, most things are set up for you, so I can just like get into the pixel art and stuff. At the moment, I'm just going to build it in sort of this weird grid just to get a start to finish game.
Has to work.
And then yeah, I can make it pretty after.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll spend too long on making it pretty.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know that story more than anything. Yeah.
So is the first thing to get the 10 minutes done and then decorate, or are you going to focus on gameplay, core mechanics? Like, what's your focus on?
So my plan is I've got this entrance bit done. There's a couple of mechanics I want to make sure that I can do. For example, that idea of the arrow passing through the flame, setting fire, and then hitting the grass. So I'll make sure all of that works. But in theory, it's, you know. And then what I'll probably do is make the ending first, so that I've got the start, I've got the end, and then however far I get through the jam, that middle bit I can play with the length of.
Interesting.
Yeah,
it's a good way of looking at it.
I love it when people play with length. It's
yeah. A Gamer Draws said, "Good luck, Sam."
Yeah, good luck.
Well, we'll need all the help we can get for the public voting section of it.
Is that a hint?
Have you done any more exploding barrels?
No, the exploding barrels are exactly the same as you've seen week on week. That's not. But I will have to figure out what to do. I think I need to set the lower walls as a separate layer, maybe to the upper walls, because at the moment the bullet will collide with the whole wall. Okay, but that means if I'm standing right next to the wall, actually where the bullet spawns is the lower wall, so the bullet just immediately collides with the wall. So I need to. Yeah,
turn it off for
maybe put that on a separate layer. Say the bullet doesn't collide with this layer, and
yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah,
figure it out. Cool. Yeah. Looks good, man. Hopefully we'll see the finished game by this time next month.
Yeah, if I get my shit together, sure. Yeah.
Well, so you got like 27 days remaining, right?
26 days and 7 hours. Yeah,
fair enough. That's good.
But yeah, that's effectively that's me this month.
So A Gamer Draws has asked a question: how much freedom do you have in RPG Maker in terms of graphics? I.e., can you create your own characters and then bring them in?
Yes. So everything that's on screen right now is pixel art that I drew. RPG Maker does come with default assets. People do make commercial games with the default assets. My opinion is that those default assets are ugly as sin. I would cast them into a fire personally. So I typically replace all of the default stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of like people that use the grass brush in Photoshop or lens flares and stuff like that. It's sort of like it's because it's default. Everyone uses it. So if everyone uses it, then it just screams I'm an amateur sort of thing when you see default assets from stuff. Same thing in Unity engine, Unreal Engine. Like, because now that they've sort of allowed people to just download assets and use those, like it just screams like don't use this because
First
it's a default
game.
asset. But it's good to put that sort of stuff in, so you've got a placeholder at least. That's the beauty of that stuff.
All of this here was drawn in Ace Sprite. In terms of other freedoms, normally with RPG Maker, you get one idle pose, one walk left pose, one walk right pose, and those are the same regardless of whether you are walking or running. So you can use something called plugins with RPG Maker. For this contest, the plugins have to be available for commercial use. However, I'm using some plugins from a guy called Galv, and that allows me to do little things like diagonal movement, which isn't in there by default. You have to add diagonal movement. It allows me to do, had I've got different poses for running as opposed to just walking.
Yeah, I know.
That is through a Galv script, but also instead of just the normal, you've got 3 frames, Galv scripts allow me to add more frames of animation. So that's good. They look a lot smoother and better than they otherwise would. And I'm not going to have many humanoid characters, so increasing the frames is not going to add too much additional work, thankfully. You're in an Incan temple. If there were a bunch of people around, something is it's a tourist trap.
Just everyone there with cameras.
But stuff like this menu, this is the standard default menu that gets, you can swap out and replace that entirely as well. I'll probably use some random dude's HUD maker plugin for that. But yeah, plugins, and more plugins allow you to do more or less what you like. Likewise, this font is that Webster chunky pixel font that I told you about last time that I was using for the HUD in my top-down shooter game. So
cool.
It's getting some recycling right there.
Yeah, work smart, not hard, right?
Yeah.
I said work smart, not hard.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
Cool.
Very good.
All right, I think that wraps us up, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I haven't really got any subjects to talk about on the back end of this. It's just cracking on with stuff. I get the sense that we're all in this weird phase right now where we're all just chipping away at stuff. So yeah, apart from me finding a bunch of bugs and everything falling apart, that's.
I found a spelling mistake. That was fun.
Yeah.
Well, Sam spotted it.
I'm a little surprised I didn't get the whole disappointed dad speech from you.
I'm not that bad. Come on. Yeah, I mean, there's money involved, so that's okay. That bypasses it, right? That's what dads normally do. You're doing what?
Money? You
get paid for it. Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah.
You're allowed.
Yeah.
Are you winning the prize money, son? That meme.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I guess, if I did win some prize money, there's a £100 Steam fee for the top-down shooter, right?
Sure. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
Cool.
Right. Yeah, we can wrap this up, I guess. Unless anyone else got anything else?
I have not.
9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where can we? Should we do everyone's stuff again?
Sure, why not? Because
where can we find you socially, Vin?
You can find me socially on this podcast every month with the other solo devs. But you can also find the Polygon Forest podcast, which we do every Sunday or Monday. It normally comes out on Monday or Tuesday. But that's just a general gaming podcast if you're interested in that. But other than that, you can find me on Twitter. I am at Hillfort Games. Also on Steam, you can find my game, Long Gone. You can wishlist it. Follow me on Twitter, Twitter mainly, but I'm also on Twitch now, I guess. Every Saturday, I'm going to be streaming for about 2 or 3 hours, depending. I normally work on my game that day anyway, so you might as well join me if you wish. But other than that, you can, just follow me on Twitter. It's the main place where I post everything. So, yeah. How about you, Sam?
So twitter.com/SJWebsterArt. That's pretty much where you can find me most of the time.
Cool. What about you, Christopher Jarvis?
You can wishlist Focus Find on Steam. You could support them via Patreon. I've got my Twitter is at Acrylic Pixel. My YouTube channel is Acrylic Pixel, and I think that was it, right?
Yeah. I think so. I think you're good.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Thanks everyone for joining us, especially the people in the chat. We really appreciate it. Game of Draws, especially. Yeah,
Thank
really
you.
cool to see you. And ran the C Game in YouTube as well. Like, appreciate you guys. So yeah, until next month. Ta-ta.
Bye-bye.